You rarely wake up one morning in a panic, realizing your house doesn't fit your life anymore. It usually starts quietly. You walk past 3 pristine, empty bedrooms, or look at a formal dining room that hasn't seen a dinner party in years, and realize you are maintaining a space designed for a stage of life you've already completed. For homeowners in Holladay aged 60 and up, this is almost never a crisis. Your daily life has simply evolved beyond the original purpose of the floor plan. The friction points add up slowly. A yard that was easy to manage at 50 becomes a burden at 70. A flight of stairs turns into a daily calculation. Rooms that go unused still require heat, cleaning, and upkeep. The house starts feeling like a part-time job. This chart compares two 20-year real estate trend lines. The flatter line is the national average, but the aggressive peak shows what has happened right here in Holladay. You are sitting on significant appreciation, often 40 to 70%. That equity gives you enormous leverage, but creates a conflict. You are caught between the comfort of staying and the friction of evaluating if your money and time are trapped. Let's establish a ground rule right now. Simply exploring your options commits you to absolutely nothing. You are under no pressure to put a sign in your yard today, tomorrow, or ever. You also cannot plan your next decade based on a national real estate headline. The housing market in Ohio or Florida has nothing to do with what a buyer will pay for your specific lot in Holladay right now. Uncertainty is exhausting. Good, localized data replaces that stress with a structured plan. Once you know exactly what your home is worth and what your options actually are, you can design the next chapter of your life on your own terms. The first path is to sell and simplify. This route is designed entirely around reclaiming your time and energy. This involves moving to a single-level home, relocating to a community where the exterior maintenance is handled for you, or moving closer to your adult children and medical providers. The immediate outcomes are highly tangible. Your utility bills drop, your weekends are no longer dictated by yard work. Most importantly, you release a significant amount of trapped home equity to fund your retirement or travel. The trade-off is physical and emotional. You have to sort through decades of accumulated belongings, endure the physical work of packing, and leave an address wrapped in family memories. This chart visualizes the federal capital gains exclusion. You can exclude $250,000 of profit as a single filer or up to $500,000 if married, tax-free. But lock down your tax strategy before listing. Guessing liability after closing is an expensive mistake. Locally, the Holladay market favors this move. Inventory for single-level 55-plus housing is tight. If your current home is well prepared, it will move quickly to buyers who are paying in cash and ignoring mortgage rates. This is a proactive exchange. You are choosing to move on from a specific location to gain more time, reduced physical pressure, and total financial flexibility. The second path is stay and improve. This is tailored for those who are deeply attached to their neighbors and the specific streets of their Holladay neighborhood. This requires executing targeted, functional updates to the property. You might build a main floor master suite, widen the interior doorways, or install proper grab bars and accessible lighting. The result is the ability to safely age in place. You retain your community, your daily routines, and the exact home you love. The trade-offs involve living through the dust, noise, and delays of active construction. You also have to accept that functional accessibility upgrades rarely return their full cost when you eventually sell. This flowchart illustrates a $40,000 cosmetic kitchen remodel. You're unlikely to see a dollar-for-dollar return. You might only see the market value increase by half. Large-scale renovations are sunk costs that improve your daily life rather than financial investments. Before committing to this path, audit your true annual costs. Add up your property taxes, insurance premiums, utilities, and the roof replacement you've been putting off. Weigh that total against the emotional value of staying. Staying is a completely valid choice, but it makes the most sense when you treat those renovation costs as the price of a lifestyle you want to enjoy right now, rather than a deposit you expect to withdraw later. The third path is to access your equity. This is built for homeowners who need cash liquidity to fund their lives, but want to remain at their current address. Let's establish the baseline rule for this option. There is no financial structure on the market that will allow you to pull 100% of your home's equity out in cash. A home equity line of credit, or HELOC, is one tool. It works for bounded, predictable expenses, like replacing a failing HVAC system or repairing a roof, where you only borrow exactly what you need. But there is an immediate requirement. You are taking on new debt, and you must adhere to a strict monthly repayment schedule. This diagram shows a reverse mortgage. Available for homeowners over 62, it converts equity into cash flow, while required monthly payments drop to zero. But you must commit to staying long-term. Since the loan is eventually repaid upon sale, it reduces your final estate. Never make this decision based on a pitch from a lender who profits from the transaction. You need to run these numbers past an independent, fee-only financial planner first. Equity access serves as a powerful lifeline if you need cash flow, but because it actively diminishes your final estate, it is a tool you should only deploy if moving is entirely off the table. Longtime homeowners often navigate several common friction points when planning this next chapter. Many people assume the next generation wants the family home. You have to explicitly ask your adult children if they actually want to manage the physical property and the maintenance that comes with it. Similarly, trying to wait for the absolute peak of the market usually results in fewer options. The best time to act depends on your personal timeline, not the latest news cycle. Planning a financial future around an automated online estimate is also risky. Those algorithms cannot see your home's interior or account for the specific boundaries that define Holladay's value. This matrix maps out the 3 specific profiles. If you value your time, physical energy, and financial freedom more than the familiarity of your current address, you are a simplifier. Option 1 is your path. If your neighborhood attachment overrides everything else, and you can comfortably afford to view remodeling as a sunk lifestyle cost, you are an improver. Option 2 is your match. And if you require immediate cash for living or medical expenses, but absolutely refuse to move under any circumstances, you are an equity seeker. Option 3 is your viable route. Reaching out for a real, localized valuation doesn't force you into any of these paths. It just gives you the numbers you need to think clearly. Making no decision is still a decision. The only difference is whether you make it on purpose, armed with the facts.